Hello, my beautiful Alice. All right, love bug. So, you have been on quite the journey recently with Leah and Tyler going off to college. And I know that that's been a lot for you to navigate in this time, um, partially because it's sad, right? Like when people that have been a part of your like everyday existence go off to live in other places. But also because you've shared that it sort of feels as if you're being left behind, right? These other people are getting to engage in these other parts of their life, and you feel like that's not happening for you. So because of all that, we're going to stick with our theme of kind of like personal power and honoring that the more growth you do, Alex, the more you show that you're ready for big changes, that big things will be available to you in your life also. And that because you are processing so much right now and working through so much right now, that I think that a restorative practice would be really, really helpful for you. So for this practice, I want you to gather all your bolsters, right? All the stuff that we told you not to bring to the studio. Now's the time for it, my love. I don't have bolsters, so I've got like a bed pillow and pillows off my couch and a couple of blankets and blocks, but we're gonna make it work, okay? So gather everything you need, make sure you're ultra cozy and that you've got space, and we'll get started. All right, so sitting up in a comfortable seated position, you know me, I'm gonna use a prop, but why don't you could sit on the edge of like one of your bolsters. And we'll start like we always start here, right? By taking some deep breaths, by centering. And when you're ready, you can allow the eyes to soften or close and just check in. Is the head over your heart? Is your heart over your center? If you're not sure, then finding a place to sit against the wall to offer you that support. So you can feel the base of your spine against the wall, your shoulders against the wall, and your head against the wall. Keeping that nice open line of energy. Breathing in deep through the lungs. Seeing how big you can expand your chest out. And exhale to slowly release that back out and into the world. Taking these deep mindful breaths. And I'm going to stop talking so you can hear my breathing. And let it guide you. One more big breath in here. Back slowly out through the nose. Remembering in your heart of hearts, Alex, that you are loved and supported. That even if people aren't physically in the space with you, because they're out in college or they've gone to work other jobs, these people are still part of your support network, your care team, the people that hold you in your highest light and want to see you succeed, and who are there for you when you need help, Alex. You have so many people that love you, and I want you to just imagine all of those people around you, surrounding you like a spiral, because there's so many people, it just keeps going out further and further and further. So much love in this life that is dedicated to you, because you're fantastic, Alex, and we love you. Take a couple deep breaths, breathing in that love, knowing that that love is available for you at all times, that support is available for you at all times. And then exhale to release it back out into the world. And remembering that with this love and support, that you can do anything. You can be calm and centered. You can meet your goals. in your relationships with me and Lisa, or at program, or with best buddies. You have so much potential that needs to be accessed from a grounded and centered place so that you can thrive and be successful in this life, this amazing, beautiful life you have because of all of the support in your life. Inhale to take another big deep breath in. Let the eyelids flutter open, returning back to the space and to together with each other. And then inhale, the arms come out side to side, palms touch, gaze lift. Exhale to slide it down to heart center, chin to chest. Inhale to come out and up. Exhale to slide it down. A few more times here. Letting your breath guide you. Sorry, a little cough there, excuse me. The next inhale, bring one palm to the earth and inhale, lift the other arm up and overhead. No twisting here, right? One hand to the earth and then the other hand comes up and over. And you can even pull that shoulder back a little bit to open up that heart space. Gaze lifts up towards the sky and smile, sister, because you've got this. Breathing deep here. Inhale to come all the way back through to center. Exhale to the other side. Oh, excuse me, I think I'm so burpy because I just had part of a breakfast burrito. Oh, I hope you had something yummy today. Inhale to come back through to center and exhale to twist. But I want you to remember, we're not leaning to the side. The twist happens when the spine is completely upright. So when you're twisting, the head stays over your heart and your heart stays over your center. And then you just twist. Looking out past that back shoulder, pausing here for 3 breaths. Inhale to come back through to center, keeping the head over heart, heart over in center. This is what keeps our body from getting hurt. So a lot of the back pains you have is also from twisting the wrong way. All right. So it's really, really important to be here strong and then exhale, twist and turn, looking out past the back shoulder. One more breath cycle here. And then on your next exhale, coming back to center. If you are sitting on a prop, you can scooch that on out of the way. And then roll forward onto hands and knees for cat-cow. Okay. Tuck that belly button up and in. Feel that engagement with your core muscles here. Gaze flat on the earth in front of you to create a nice flat back. And then inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale to round. Creating a little flow. One more round here. And then bring the knees together, the toes together. Sit back on the heels. Bring the hands to heart center, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale to lift the hands towards the sky. And exhale, bend at the elbows. Bring the hands to the back of the heart, just to give you a little bit of that stretching through the shoulders, because I know that's an area that you often hold tension. And then after this, we will be transitioning to our restorative poses. Remembering that in the restorative poses, we stay in the same pose for 7 minutes so that the mind can soften and relax. And you can really get into that like bend out restorative place. Inhale the hands back up to the sky. Exhale to slide them down to heart center. Then bring the knees to be the width edge of your mat, toes touching. Okay, so there's a nice big open space here in between the legs. And then you're going to take your biggest bolster, okay, and you're going to tuck it right up and in here as close as you can get to the pelvis. I don't have a giant bolster, so I'm actually going to stack some extra pillows on top of each other here to get that same length and size pillow. And then inhale, lift tall through the crown. And exhale, bring the hands down to the earth, hinging forward from the hips, and turn the head, resting one side of the head on the pillows to come into a restorative child's pose. Taking a big deep breath into the nose, and exhale, soften the body, fully surrendering into the weight of the pillows. Hands can stay flat on the earth, or you could even hug under your bolster if you'd prefer. Eyes soften or close, and releasing. Inhale to take a big deep breath into the nose. And exhale to take a nice long breath back out the nose. Then on the next inhale, pick up your head just enough to turn to look the other side. And exhale to once again soften and surrender into the pillows, connected to the foundation of the building, connected to Mother Earth. Inhaling in to take a nice big deep breath. And exhale to breathe back out through the nose, coming back to the space. Firmly plant your hands to the earth and use an inhale to connect to the muscles of the belly. And from the hips, hinge back up towards a comfortable seated position. Pausing to take a breath cycle into the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. And very slowly, very gently, move your pillows off to the side, or your bolster rather. Come onto the sides of the hips and bring your legs in front of you and make sure you're in the middle of your yoga mat. Then bring that same bolster back behind you. And make sure it's right flush up against your tush here. Soles of the feet flat on the earth. Inhale, sitting up nice and straight. And then exhale, allow the knees to fall to one side. Turn to face your bolster, okay? Hands on either side of the bolster here. And on an exhale, lower yourself down to the pillows. Once again, The hands can stay on either side of the bolster, or you can hug underneath, really submitting and surrendering to the support of your poses, support of your props, so that you can get the most out of these poses. Inhale to press into the palms and gently, gently make your way back up towards a seated position. Pausing here for a breath cycle into the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. And then setting back up. So coming with the soles of the feet flat on the earth, sitting up nice and tall here. And then exhale to allow the knees to go to the other side. twist and turn to come to the other side of the body. Hands on either side of your bolster, and exhale to slowly lower yourself onto the side of that face, surrendering all of your weight, softening the whole body into the earth, into the bolsters. Taking a nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then pressing into those palms to return back up to a seated position. Pausing for another breath cycle here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Being in no rush here. Extending your legs straight out and then pulling that bolster right up against the tush here, okay? Inhale to sit up nice and tall, lifting through the crown. Feet can be nice and relaxed. And then exhale, bring your hands to either side of the bolster back behind you and slowly lower yourself over the bolster. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable, try sliding that bolster farther away or trying out one of your other bolsters, it's maybe a little bit shorter. Mm, Arms can come out to either side of the body in a V shape. And then once again, using that exhale to soften the muscles of the body and fully surrender to this posture. Taking a big deep breath into the nose and out through the nose. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes. Ooh, I roll onto one side here. Pausing for a breath cycle. And gently making your way back up to a comfortable seated position. You can scooch those bolsters up off to the side here. I want you to take one of your blankets or a blanket, and you can lay it down on your mat. This is just to give your spine some extra cushion to make it more comfy and cozy here for this next pose. And then I want you to get two of your bolsters. I'm going to use two pillows and put them on either side of your legs here. Okay. You can reposition them later if we need to, just to get them ready there. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring it nice and tall. And then gently lowering down to a reclined cobbler's pose. And then when you're laying down here, oh, I gotta scooch down. I'm running into my stuff. Oh, positioning those pillows underneath the legs to support this reclined cobbler's pose. Arms in a V shape at either side of the body. And once again, melting into this posture.
Beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes here. And rolling onto one side. Oh. Pausing here for a breath cycle. Easing that transition to be gentle on the body from laying down to seated. Now when you're ready, pressing into the palm to gently make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Pausing here for a moment to allow the energy flow to change direction in the body. Beautiful. Moving your bolsters off to the side, but keep them right next to you so that they're handy here and close by. Okay. And then we're going to come to once again keep the soles of the feet flat on the earth, but lower yourself down to the ground. Palms stay flat on the earth, making sure you can just touch the heels here with the middle fingers. Using an inhale, pressing into the feet, into the shoulders, lift the hips up, but then take one of your bolsters, place it underneath the tailbone here, and melt your hips back down into a restorative bridge pose. If you want to, knees can fall in towards each other, or you could even place a pillow or bolster in between the legs here to give them a little more support. Arms in a V shape, palms up at either side of the body. One last big breath in through the nose here. And exhale to fully melt and surrender into this pose. to wiggle the fingers and toes, coming back to the space and each other. Inhale to press into the feet, into the shoulders, to lift the hips and move that bolster out of the way. And then exhale to roll onto one side. Pausing here for a breath cycle. Oh. Take a good deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then gently making your way back up to a seated position. You can move this bolster out of the way or pillow, and we're preparing for Shavasana now. So anything you'd like to do, if you'd like to add any layers, now would be the time. If your blanket isn't underneath you, that would be a nice time to add the blanket underneath you. I'm gonna pull my other blanket close to me because I'm gonna put a blanket on top of me. But there's a few things we're gonna do for our restorative Shavasana. So we're gonna place your smallest bolster under your feet and your bigger bolster under your knees, okay? Then I'm gonna add the blanket on top. Oof. Making sure I cover up my toes because they're chilly right now. Coming to lay down. And then last but not least, I want you to pull up the mat, but on either side of your neck. So right where your neck is, like you're grabbing and lifting up the mat a little bit to create like just a little neck pillow. You can't have a pillow under your head in Shavasana, but you can support the neck. And then taking a big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale back out the nose. Melting into your Shavasana. Remembering that you have all the love and support that you need in this life. All of the opportunities that everybody else has, you also have, Alex. You can do anything. You just need to believe in yourself and your power. One last big deep breath here. And exhale into your Shavasana. Oh, beginning to twiggle the fingers and toes. Waking the body up. Once again, one last time here. Rolling onto the side in the fetal position. It's a way to ground you. It's a way to take care of the body. And gentle and kind here. Loving and compassionate with the self. And how to press into that hand. Oh, and come all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Closing. Oh my gosh, I got pillows and stuff everywhere. Get things a little bit tidier here. There we go. All right, using an inhale to bring the hands to heart center to close our practice with an Om. Big deep breath in, Alex. Om. My wish for you on this day and every day that follows is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste. Be well, my love. And I'll see you for practice on Wednesday.